the internal Titan capacity. So if you party, what is this, our dance break?
All right, back with another video, SEMA 2024. I've got Shawn Mayo here with XS Power. You know what, Shawn? I just realized something. Since our companies have merged, I haven't done a video with you yet. And we haven't really done much talking about XS Power other than the podcast when we had Scotty on. And I kind of want to go into some details on the audio side of things, what you guys offer our customers and your customers, and see what's new for 2025. I think today is the perfect day to do that since we're at SEMA. You have some really awesome stuff showcased. Let's start this way and work our way that way.
Perfect.
This is brand new, isn't it? This is something coming out really soon, isn't it?
Nobody knew besides internal that this was coming until 72 hours ago when we debuted it at the booth, and people were taking pictures of it on day one, and our marketing team began the process of getting that out to our dealer distributors and consumers.
I see the word sodium, so what's going on there?
So sodium is a new chemistry that we're working with. It basically, in a nutshell, offers a higher capacity solution without a expensive cost, but you still get a strong warranty, you still get a high wattage rating, and you also circumvent a lot of the shipping restrictions that has plagued the lithium expansion that people are used to within the lead industry.
Now this is quite a small battery, but I do see it says 50 amp hour.
Yep, so it's 50 amp hour in the 30 series housing. So it's very common for baggers, a lot of ATVs fit that size, even slingshots fit that size. But unfortunately, the industry in power sports has grown so strongly, and amplifiers such as Sundowns are becoming more compact, but not wattage compact. They're becoming more stronger. So we've had the OE size in that, which is a 30, to maximize our potential. And unfortunately, the batteries have to catch up, and then the amplifiers catch up. So this offers the highest capacity offering for energy storage in a 30 series in the industry to date. And all this was giving basically giving you it's like big paws on an animal that grows into a big one. This pad landing gives you an idea of what sort of expectations we expect you to connect to this small size battery.
Yeah, you can run a lot of wires to that. And for being this size, we have our side-by-side behind us. You can probably put 2 to 3 in something like that. So plenty of room. You can run a hell of a system with just a couple of these batteries.
The cool thing about this one too is we jokingly, this kind of was born this week, was that you can supercharge this, and joke intended. You can super sodium charge this. So basically you can charge them at 14.4, 14.8 on your stock stators on your ATVs and UTVs and motorcycles. But then XS Power also sells a charger that charged to 15.8. So you get that extra capacity, extra performance, and then it slowly falls into your stator.
So not only do you get the battery, but you have the charging capability or something like that as well, other than just the alternator of the vehicle.
Yep.
Wonderful. So Titan 8's been out for a little while now. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So this is not a new chapter for Titan by no means, but more of a refinement of our offerings for our dealers and distributors. And obviously XS Power tries to be one to listen to our consumers and what their concerns are, what their questions are, and to be honest, a better performing product every year. Just like Sundown does, just like other sister companies in Systematic, we're constantly pushing the boundaries of energy storage and how we can make our consumer experience better, our dealer experience better, our warranty process is better, and basically being the best company we can. And this Titan 8 series is a great option of that.
So if somebody who's jumping from AGM, obviously you're going to go, this is going to be a lot lighter. I mean, that's the actual battery. I can one hand this. And how many, let's say for instance, I have a D3400, which is about the same size as this. how many D3400s would equal something like this?
So a D3400, I usually give a rating of around 2,000 to 3,000 watts, depending on primary or secondary locations. Now, obviously, every system is a little bit different, so sometimes that can be high on the low end, sometimes that can be on the low end.
Yep.
We actually use the same housings as those. So if you've got a D3400, which is our most common AGM lead seller, and you want to upgrade to the lithium version, you're trying to save weight, add wattage, or whatever the situation may be, this is the direct fit. It even includes the side bracket terminals. So if you need to use the side option, like our 551 brackets, it's
for the
simple.
GM?
Exactly.
Yep.
The hardest part is unscrewing the Allen head like you would any other battery and connecting it. But this gives you that high wattage solution without having to succumb to a secondary battery location. So with this one is a 23 amp hour, which is over double our capacity of our Titanate BCI standard housings previously. That was 10 amp hour. Those were fantastic, and they're still sold actively in the industry, and they're still sold daily, and customers are still using them and having great experiences. But
this is double that.
It's quadruple the Titanate, and I'm using this as an example, the Power S5 3400, for example. If you've got that in your Chevy truck or whatever your situation may be, this offers you over 4 times the capacity and almost potentially double the wattage capability.
So in the Titanate series, what's our model numbers here? RSV 23?
Yep.
The RSV 46.
Now, don't you want to know about the pricing?
What is the pricing, Shawn?
So the pricing on this one is under $500 in the Titanate series. The pricing on this one is under $800 for up to 10,000 watts of support.
So less than double the price. You're getting quadruple the output, or availability, I should say.
Absolutely.
Wow. Fantastic.
Yep.
So jumping over to here, this is wild. I'm seeing something here. Was this 90 amp hour?
That is correct.
In this small of a package.
Yep. And now something you and I had spoke about off camera was how this comes from an assembly and a consumer purchasing standpoint.
Right.
Is how does this come? Do I have to sit there like I do assembling furniture for 2 hours with a screwdriver and a pointless look on my face trying to figure out how many bolts I stripped out?
You got the instructions like this.
Yes.
It's all,
Yes. And something like this, it literally comes out the box just like this. There's no additions, there's no crazy installation instructions that have to put this piece on, lean your head this way. Very simple. Take it out the box, go through the charging process as every Battery XS offers to verify state of charge and ensure you're using a correct charger. For example, this one, Brian, needs a lithium charger. Luckily, those are very cheap. We offer several different sizes.
You guys have tons of different chargers available, so.
Absolutely. And the big thing, guess how the warranty looks like on that?
Well, I know in general, most batteries are what, 2 years, something around. What's the warranty on this, Shawn?
So our D series is our tried and true, I would say our best-selling battery of all time, and it is a 3-year warranty because most people consider a premium lead option such as our D3400 to have the longest warranty in the industry for lead.
And honestly, they last way longer than that anyway.
This one is a 4-year warranty battery, up to 20,000 watts of power by itself. And a 4-year warranty to boot, and a housing that works.
Yeah, it's the same size as, pretty much, it's a little bit longer than this, but that's generally the same size as a normal battery for a truck.
So a fun fact here, so we actually offer a Group 31 version of this in a standard housing. So if you're looking to not have the exposed DIY skeletal look.
I think this is cool looking, but yeah, for the standard folks who just want to put a battery in and have a ton of reserve, having that casing, it'd be a little inconspicuous, so to speak. I think that's a good way to go. Real quick about this particular battery, what am I looking at on top here?
So this is a balancing module. So batteries on this table all have some sort of balancing module. It keeps the internal cells even, working correctly, and encourages that optimal longevity that you expect out of excess power. So that is already wired. Like I said, it doesn't require any sort of maintenance.
Anything there.
Nope. If you
sounds like a bit of a safety feature, so to speak.
Absolutely. So any balancer in these batteries, you just don't see them because again, the skeletal look, just like you don't see bones and skin unless you did something bad, you don't see that when you have a balancer inside. But with this one, because we encouraged a very thick plexi top, you have the balancer which is exposed very openly because we're showing you that even though we have the utmost power in this footprint, we also care about the safety longevity, which is why we went with a custom XS balancer for the top.
Great, fantastic. Now moving over this way, it looks like we have stuff for motorcycle and power sports. What do we have over here, Shawn?
So this kind of segues, besides this one here, segues into more of our Power Sports series products.
Yep.
So the same as the Sodium series, this is I think this has been going about a year now, the RSVS 530Q.
Okay.
Well, in commas terms, you get the reserve capacity of a Titan of a 20 amp hour with a quad terminal style. You see that? They're connected internally, so there's no worry about trying to bridge them, anything like that.
Yep.
5,000 watts in the stock drop-in of a Harley, anywhere a 30 series can go. You get this opportunity. The greatest thing about this, Brian, is there's no charger upgrades that has to be present.
Okay.
It's stock charging. It can be used with your AGM charger,
Great.
but you get the great performance with excess power.
Fantastic. Same deal over here?
A lot of
Just a
this
different
one,
footprint?
so we kind of took this one. This was kind of by stride this year. So we've been offering Titanate for I think 5 years now, and we've had nothing but amazing success with Titanate, and consumers and dealers and distributors, even at SEMA, have recognized the longevity that Titanate, even in an ever-changing industry like battery technology and energy capacity and storage, have noticed the longevity of our Titanate series.
Yeah.
So the 20 series came out from an opportunity of we don't have a lot of side bag, a lot of secondary batteries like Can-Ams and things like that, don't have an option with that because of the case sizing. So we cooked up a new idea basically to offer a 4,000 watt 20 series with quad terminals, and that is real weight.
I could throw this. So this almost looks like something, or maybe it's this size, and correct me if I'm wrong, I almost want to put this in my riding mower.
So we do make riding mower sizes. Unfortunately, they're not here, depending on the mower. I've got bigger mowers that take a full 51 series size,
right,
which is a full automotive OEM size. But there are some that are this big.
Is that something you think, and again, it's not out here, but the riding mower version, you know how you have to keep that battery on a tender, or every year you have to buy a new battery because you forgot to tend it throughout the winter time? Is that something you think can hold a charge throughout the winter?
So we do offer, and not to sidebar off of our Titanate and consume
right,
our time on our video, but we do offer capacitor-based products that are perfect for that engine starting 75-5. If you're curious and you have a Google open, 75-5 has a combo kit which has a jump pack that is currently being used in the mowing fleet style programs where they mow multiple yards a day, and there's no concern of replacing a battery every year. The capacitor, if for some reason it runs dead of winter, it's completely okay.
It's not going to kill it.
Exactly.
Okay,
it's a capacitor bank.
That's pretty awesome.
So we try to find anywhere there's a spot that we see a need for a high performance solution, we've tried to fill that void. Perfect.
Even mowers, folks. And what's the last thing we're looking at here on this table?
This is the XMAX 45. So if you remember, I don't know, 4 items ago, we discussed the XMAX 90 DIY and how it came out in the 4-year warranty, and it was in the DIY housing that we discussed. It has that raw power is what I like to call it. Like, it's just got a raw, ragged look to it. It's beautiful. What this is the D1200 size, the XP 1500, a very common size in ATVs like this behind us actually. This one comes in that same size, 45 amp hour, under $700 with a 4-year warranty.
Okay, another 4-year warranty.
That's a direct fit for a lot of power sports applications. So this came out of the need for power sports to have a higher capacity offering without sacrificing a higher cost. They need to stay in a budget. They want the capacity. They want the excess power performance. This is where they get it.
And this is lithium.
Absolutely. So this is lithium iron phosphate.
Fantastic. All right, so over on this wall on the back side, we've got some stuff you guys have seen for a while, but let's have a small conversation about them. These would be the AGM, or this one's AGM, this one's not, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this is the battery that I've ran in all of my vehicles for probably 8 to 10 years now, and they last for I think I did the D3400 in my truck. My car has the S3400. My wife has like the vintage. What you guys? Awesome on your AGM batteries.
Yep.
This is the tried and true right here, guys.
So this is our S3400, the same housing as our D3400. So most of the specs on it are identical to the D3400. A real quick difference, just for those that will ask, is the S3400 comes with the 580 top post and is more optimized from a labeling standpoint and with the terminal standpoint of being in the racing market.
Okay.
It's meant to remedy a lot of our S1600, which is our red version of the 16 volt. This gives you the same rough footprint with the same size in a 12 volt version. So that was the idea behind the S series, the racing performance version that comes with the terminals, kind of meant for that market.
And you also have, I believe, a vintage model of this that works better in classic vehicles.
We've got a V and an A. So I call the A 3400 the anti-3400. It's like the black case 3400. It's a common it's a common love choice in any vehicles that have a sort of a dark theme.
I think that's the one I did in my truck. Is this black cased?
Yep. So the A3400 is a black case version. That's the the V3500 has a black case version, but the A3400 is like the blackout look almost. It's got a full blackout look. It's a favorite among a lot of people who know that it exists, but they want the black case version. They want the blackout look, but they want the D3400 performance.
Wonderful.
That's where the A or the V3400 comes in.
And obviously, you guys make a ton of different sizes on the AGM side of things.
Correct.
Basically, if you have anything specific, or you guys have a vehicle fit guide, don't you?
Absolutely. So we have a vehicle fit guide, and also with our new revamped site recently, we also have an opportunity to have where you need your terminals. A lot of the questions that access is, I know I need a D3400, but I don't know what terminal or what accessories I need. And our site has been redone specifically to target whether you need top post, you need a side post adapter, or if you're looking for a marine
package deal.
Exactly. Makes it nice and easy.
Now, starting over here, now we've got 3 different sizes. There's a 30, a 60, and a 90 amp hour. We'll show you the 90 last because that's a big boy. Talk a little bit about the 30 amp hour first.
So Team Titan was specifically made to have a cost-effective solution for, again, DIY look, cost-effective solution for those that need the wattage, don't mind the look of the DIY. A lot of people don't want the look of DIY.
Right. I think it's awesome.
A lot of competitors, really sound system enthusiasts that are not using these under the hood. They're a secondary battery. As you can tell, the very raw exposed look does not leave room for insulation from heat resistance.
It looks like a lot of time was put into the work of this, and how it is put together.
Yeah, so with this one, as you can tell, Brian, so a lot of times with lithium is very light. But with this, you can tell we thickened up the busting on this. This thing is extremely built. It is ready. Brian, feel the weight on this lithium.
That's at least 35, 40 pounds, 35.
So if you took 3 of our Titan 8 Power S6s and you ran them together, this is what you're gonna get. As you can tell on the other side, we made 2 styles of connections, which was a new favorite we've implemented at XS Power. So you can tell you've got your set screw connections and you've got the bolt downs on top.
Oh, wonderful.
So instead of just having 3 connections, you've got 6 in the same footprint, and that way you have more connections, which transfers your ability to transfer power in and out.
Let's zoom in on this. Check out this connection. You've got your top post and a post on the inside, and it's all one piece too. That is pretty awesome.
And remember, this battery, even though it does pack a little bit of weight, to be fair, this battery in this small footprint is good for roughly 15,000 watts, Brian. In this footprint, up to 16 volts. So if you've got a guy running...
How many 3400s does it take to get to there?
It would be a lot, Brian. It would be a lot. Let's just say this table better ate its Wheaties this morning, because it's not going to work with one Titan.
It's not eating its Wheaties.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah, it must be on a it's bad. Yeah, we're gonna have a rough day for this poor table.
Now coming over this way, here's the 60 amp hour. It looks like it's basically twice the 30, obviously. And then the big boys right over here, the 90.
Don't
amp
show
hour.
that one yet. We're talking about the 60.
Whoa. Is there more to go?
You got middle child syndrome? We're going to talk about him first.
I was a middle child.
Golly. So I'm not going to lift this one because I'm worried the table's going to piece out. So, but as you can tell, we put them on each side, Brian, for a reason, because we were worried about...
The legs are right here.
We were worried about, having our own warranty claim.
Right.
So we wanted to be careful with that. So this is a 60 amp hour, same idea, but double.
Okay.
Except we got the same style connections, same style look. Basically just double of this because you need more. You don't want to stack 2 together. As you can tell,
and it's done for you.
Points. Yes, these come completely. Thank you for bringing it up, Brian. These come completely built, just like this. There's no assembly needed. You're going to take it out the box with 2 hands. You're going to take it out the box like this. Verify the charge it up, and you're good.
Awesome. Well, that is insane. Now, and again, done for you. You don't have to put this together. There's a lot of DIY guys out there that are putting their batteries together. In my opinion, that is sketchy. It's just my opinion. Now there's guys out there that they enjoy doing it, they know what they're doing, but if you don't know what you're doing, but you need that extra power, there you go.
Well, and to be honest, Brian, it's a great point you brought up. To be honest on this is, with a situation like this, even though we took the DIY portion, we brought in that, we didn't want to sacrifice safety. So what we did is we used this very thick plexiglass plate on top to discourage any sort of accident drops, because obviously you're connecting wires.
Yes.
Therefore, the ability to arc something is going to be very potentially there. So we use that plexiglass over top to kind of prevent that from happening, because just because you want the DIY cost, you want the DIY performance and look, doesn't mean you have to sacrifice safety.
Wonderful. All right, Shawn, thanks for talking about the 30 and the 60, but you guys make a 90.
So,
right?
Gotta check it out.
This is ridiculous.
This is the big brother that everybody wanted in the Team Titan series. As you can tell, it's massive. 90 amp hour of LTO Titan 8 power coming at you in your face with all these inputs, and just power performance for the footprint is insane.
Yeah, you don't need much more than this ever, unless ever, period. This is quite heavy. How much would you say this weighs?
I would say this one roughly weighs 80 pounds.
Okay.
I believe there's roughly there's just a lot of capacity, a lot of footprint here. So the cool thing about this one, Brian, specifically, is that a lot of DIY creations, and I use that term very, very loosely, a lot of DIY creations don't have a manufacturer's backing. They're sourced out of a country that nobody knows where they came from used packs, uncertain welds, uncertain creations, and there's just a lot of risk for that consumer going into a car with maybe family members in those cars. The good thing here is you get the 4-year warranty with all the Team Titan series, by the way. You get the excess power backing, you get our performance, you get the DIY look, the DIY cost in a case that is ready to be mounted.
And like you said, it's already built for you. So you don't have to worry about shocking yourself when you're doing something like that. So awesome. Shawn, I want to thank you very much. I'm glad we were finally able to do this video.
Absolutely.
It's been, 2 years in the making, and we just never we always forget. So again, thank you. Guys, check out all the new products from XS Power coming out 2025. Stay tuned.